All right, hockey fans, good morning, and let's get you set for today's big games at the Women's Hockey Showcase presented by Unifor. This morning's first matchup features Team Johnston in white taking on Team Konx in blue. And speaking of Team Konx, Liz Knox joins me up here in the broadcast booth today as I am Nico Cardarelli, and we're very proud to be streaming across multiple platforms today, including the CBC Sports app. Liz, thanks for joining us up here. It's been a busy weekend for you as you transition from a career on the ice to management.
Yeah, I mean, like we were saying earlier, I'm trying on a few hats this weekend and, happy to be on this side of the screen.
And we're happy to have you up here in the booth with us today. Of course, Liz playing multiple seasons in the CWHL with both Brampton and Markham. Part of that great goaltending duo with Erica Howe. Well, we should have a great game here this morning as Team Konx getting set to take on Team Johnston. Team Konx huddled around their net right now, and we'll see who gets the start today. But holy smokes, did Amanda Makala ever play incredible yesterday.
My goodness, didn't she put on a show? I mean, she really stole the spotlight yesterday, and love to see that from her. A kid who has played her years in the CWHL and had some tough competition in the Toronto net there. So it's great to see her get a starting opportunity here and really showcase her talent.
And it looks like she'll get the start again here today for Team Konx.
They look good, though. Look at that blue,
Those jerseys are so sharp. And let's give a big shout out to Adidas Hockey, the official performance apparel and footwear partner of the PWHPA, because they have provided those slick-looking jerseys.
Yeah, they stepped up huge for us. One of the first companies could kind of jump on board and just support what we're doing here. So huge thanks to them.
Well, we're getting a bit of a pre-game ceremony here, and that'll feature Brianna Decker, Shannon Zabados, and Fran Ryder. Three legends.
Yeah, it's great to see, Zabados come up for this. Decker, of course, is on the Team Johnston roster, out due to injury right now, but, taking her time to get back on the ice, and nice to see her here to support the team.
Getting the player lineups announced here as we get a look at Team Johnston. Marlene Boissonneau got the start yesterday for them, and she played very solid in that as well, as we get a look at Amanda Makala there for Team Konx. Liz, what are you anticipating in the game here today, as I think both of these teams match up pretty well?
Yeah, I think especially from what we saw yesterday, it's going to be a tight game. Goaltending's huge, as always. Maybe a biased opinion here coming from me, but no, you've got star-studded power on both sides, and definitely great secondary scoring for both teams too. So, we saw a lot of diversity in scoring in the goals scored yesterday, so it'd be interesting to see who steps up.
Confirmed our starter for Team Johnston is Boissonneau again today, so she gets her second game of the weekend here.
You got to ride them if they're hot,
Absolutely.
Keep the ball rolling.
Two really great games yesterday, as both results ended up just a one-goal difference, and I think that really speaks to how well-balanced these teams are here.
Yeah, I think I jinxed both games because I was up in the stand saying how exciting it would be to go into our extra time. And for those that don't know, the format, I believe, is 3-on-3 for 5 minutes and
Correct.
Shootout.
Yes.
So, I certainly hope one of the games today goes there, but maybe I just jinxed it again.
We'll see. It's going to be two exciting games of hockey here today, as we start the morning with Team Johnston against Team Konx, and of course, later today we'll have Team Poulin, sponsored by Sports Events, taking on Team Jenner, sponsored by Graham Alarm Monitoring. Here we go with the pre-game ceremonies as Fran Ryder comes out.
Yeah, and I got to give a huge shout out to the OWHA. They've been so integral in helping us, especially in the GTA, secure ice time and really get this thing off the ground. It's a lot of work that goes into an event like this, and they're the pros. They've been doing it for decades, and they weren't shy about stepping up and showing their support.
Here comes Brianne Decker out for the pregame ceremony as well, of course, representing Team USA. And Shannon Zabados, some goaltender love, of course, playing many games for Team Canada.
Yeah, and Zabados is on the players board as well, representing the Buffalo region, advocating for the players down there. So it's really great, like I said, to see her up here, able to attend the first showcase.
How important is it for the PWHPA to have representation in terms of players who have experienced both the NWHL experience and the CWHL, or a bit of both?
I think it's, you're seeing a lot of different walks of the hockey world come together. National team, non-national team, like you said, experience in both leagues, and getting it all under one roof and just putting the product on the ice. It's a real treat to see for those that were lucky enough to be here yesterday. The hockey is, second to none. So.
Well, we're going to step away for a moment for the singing of O Canada.
Ready, take two.
Another packed house here at Westwood Arena on Sunday morning as we get you set for this first game of two at the Women's Hockey Showcase presented by Unifor. Team Knox wearing the dark blue jerseys here today will defend the goal to our left to start the broadcast. As Team Johnston, we get a look at Team Knox's Amanda Makala. Again, you made the point that for the crowded crease with the Furies over the last couple seasons, pretty remarkable her play yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever she's been doing in the offseason, stick with it, girl. It is working.
That, a ton of credit to her, and I believe that she trains with McGuire, and, you can just tell that she's put in a lot of work over the summer, and part of the thing about this year is, the athletes being a little bit more accountable for their development because we're, working to put ice times in place and get in the gym. So, like you said, credit to her, man. She showed up yesterday.
Absolutely. She was the reason it was only a one-goal game. If not for her play, that easily could have been a bigger spread. As we get a look at Marlene Boissonneau, who once again takes the net for Team Johnston. She is looking calm, cool, and confident there in that white jersey.
Yeah, and she's a grad from Cornell, so, as goalies do, mixing brains with athleticism, that's kind of how we roll.
Most of us, anyways. I don't know that I put myself in that category, but you ladies, absolutely, for sure. I think I've taken a couple too many shots off the noggin.
Well, at some point in your career, it catches up to you, right? So.
A look at Megan Mickelson, who will be playing defense once again for Team Johnston, making her return, and she looked great yesterday. Yeah,
incredible return for her, and as everybody knows, she's a mom and balancing that lifestyle with playing pro hockey, and I overheard her in an interview yesterday talking about her purpose and, having a young daughter, very close to home for her to create a better future.
Just moments away from the opening puck drop as we're underway here in the first period of play. Team Johnston with early possession as Mickelson picks it up in the far corner. Under pressure, she chips it up the boards where it's secured by Jordan Hampton. She tries to chip it out of the zone, but it's held in for the time being. And check that. That was actually Caitlin Willoughby who scored that great breakaway goal yesterday for Team Johnston. As here goes Miller. She tries to play it up the near boards through the zone, but that's knocked down. Good defensive play by Team Knox. As Brittany Howard able to get the puck in deep, and she peels off for a line change. Team Johnston's Megan Mickelson picks it up at the hash mark, stripped away from her. They feed it out front, and Boissonneau has to make a save on the redirection, as I believe it was Dingledine who got a touch on it for Team Knox. A Spooner's shot from the high slot, swallowed up by Boissonneau.
No, yeah, you don't want to leave Spooner alone there. You know, maybe getting a little bit of the jitters out. We're in an early game here. It's a quick turnaround for the players, but you definitely don't want to be giving away those opportunities to Spooner in the slot.
How tough is that for especially Team Knox, who played in the night game last night, to then turn around here this morning, night game, the afternoon game, and then the short turnaround here today?
Yeah, maybe drew the short straw there a little bit, but and a tough Calgary team to play against here in Team Johnston. So, you know, get the legs back underneath them the first few minutes here, and hopefully find their stride.
Dumped in the corner, no call, play continues on. I'm just going to say this, Team Knox, Liz Knox, you didn't have any pull on that short straw there.
Right?
I'm just throwing it out there.
I'm not sure where these decisions are being made. I might have to talk to some higher ups here.
Puck stays in the zone. Nice forward-checking pressure by Team Knox as they try feed it out for Lauren Gable, as it just got over the stick of Brittany Howard and then cleared out of the zone. Team Johnston under pressure as Erica Crom makes the pass through the neutral zone, picked up by Curio. She stick handles, takes the shot, and Makela makes easy work of that attempt.
Yeah, it seems to be, you know, going to have to get some traffic in front of these goaltenders. You know, you're at such an elite level. If they're seeing the first shot, they're going to make that save. So
it's not exactly like my beer league play where even if it's a clear shot, you may have a chance of beating the goaltender. You're right. Here, you got to get some traffic in front of them.
You blink at the wrong time, you just might miss it.
Here goes Team Johnston, as it was Rebecca Leslie hot after the puck. She makes a good play to chip it over to Blair Turnbull. Turnbull had a big game yesterday, and now she breaks out of her own zone. Turnbull gets it in deep. She had Johnston on her left, but ends up giving it up, and it was Catherine Daou first on it defensively. Good pass over to Howard. She's got the right wing. It's closed down. Makes the pass through the shot.
Oh.
Shot right on, and they score! Natalie Spooner snipes it for an absolute beauty. And check that. That's actually Carolyn Prevost with her second of the weekend. She had the Spooner-like release, and this is where the 227s kill me.
Yeah.
So check. It's actually Josène Pozovin who gets the goal. Great goal by Pozovin as she pots it top shelf.
Yeah, talk about capitalizing on your opportunities. What a great play make that was from Howard coming off the wall there. Just finding her in the slot, and like I said, leave her alone in the slot, and these players will try to make the best of that opportunity.
Again, you'll have to excuse me with two number 27s on Team Knox in blue. They're both playing on the same line. They both have dark hair, ponytails. Both of their names start with P.O. I may mix this up once or twice, but it was Pozovin who got the beautiful goal to give Team Knox the 1-0 lead here in the first period. So Team Knox, hungry for their first win of the weekend after just coming up short yesterday, take the 1-0 lead. Now Team Johnston trying to respond, but it's secured by Renata Fast, and she'll dump that in and peel off for a change.
Yeah,
offside.
For those listening at home, we get to struggle with the two number 27s, but it's part of our mission here was to have the players represent their numbers that they're used to wearing in college, and you see their last names, and with just the two jerseys, it allows us to transfer some rosters a little bit. So that's why we've got the two 27s on Team Knox, but obviously she's fitting in well. They've already built the chemistry that they need to put the puck in the net, so good on Pozovin.
There are a couple other double numbers here as well, not in this game, but on other teams. Laura Fortino having a number 8 along with, I can't remember off the top of my head, Kelly Gribbins. And then speaking of numbers that are a bit odd to see players, and Kristen Richards wearing number 11. I don't think I've ever seen her wear that number.
Yeah, you know what? I think she wore that number in college at Robert Morris. And,
okay.
Yeah, different look, but you know what? It suits her, and you see her probably in the next game. She's been playing a little bit of defense this tournament too, so
yes.
a versatile player. But you know, one of the smartest players that we've seen certainly in the GTA East region.
Sarah Nurse dumps the puck in. Spooner gives chase as Team Knox with the 1-0 lead, 4.5 minutes into the first period. Here's the goal announcement. As it is Poisebon who gets the goal for Team Knox, and they're hot after the puck in the corner. Digging it out, they pitch it back to the blue line. Daou has the short side option. There's a shot right on that. Boissonneau turns away. Centering out front, speaking of double numbers, Rachel Smith and Catherine Daou both wearing number 12, and they're both out there for Team Knox. As Team Johnston chipped the puck into the corner, tried to swipe it out of midair, but it's now controlled by Brittany Howard. She goes for the cross-ice pass, but that'll be picked off by Mickelson. She plays it over to Gosling. Miller chips it off the boards, but gives up possession in the process. On the forecheck, they're able to retain it as it was Hannah Bunton who played it over to the far corner. Willoughby back to Bunton behind the net. She digs it out front. The shot attempt gets blocked. Good defensive play by Team Knox. Off the half wall, trying to work her way in front. Miller takes the shot. Again, it gets blocked, and Team Knox trying to clear the zone, and on the second effort, they're able to do so. They bring it back inside their own zone. As Kidd coming off the bench gives an option to Fast, but she carries it up, and they go in just offside with 14:05 left in the first.
Yeah, I see Hannah Bunton and Hannah Miller on the same line there, and they played, of course, last year for KRS. Hannah Miller is somebody that you definitely don't want to give that shot to. I can speak to that because, you know, I think I've got lit up a few times, but very, very threatening player.
Would have been a pretty interesting experience for those players who got to play for KRS and Vanke over the 2-year experience. I'm sure they remember those years fondly for sure. As digging out of the corner, Team Johnston trying to get something going. Blair Turnbull shields the puck, has an option, tries to feed it over, but that's broken up as she was looking for Leslie. They still have possession behind the net, centered to the near post as Leslie got a backhander, but it was saved by McAllister. Well, we've got some great partners on board here for the weekend as you're tuned into the Women's Hockey Showcase presented by Unifor. And we also want to acknowledge the contributions of Adidas Hockey, Secret Deodorant, Budweiser Canada, the NHLPA, Tim Hortons, and Bauer Hockey. Thank you for your continued support of the PWHPA. As here goes Sarah Nurse, streaking up the near wing with the puck. She dumps it into the corner where Natalie Spooner chips it back to Nurse. Options at the point. Nurse still with the puck. She feeds it back down low to Spooner. Bianchi tries to take the position in the slot, but the puck gets wrestled away, and it's controlled by the Team Johnson defensive combo of Laquette and Bellamy. They get the puck in deep where Channel gets to it first for Team Knox. Cross ice pass as they work their way between the blue lines. Puck hops away from Sarah Nurse. Miller had it for a moment. Now it's controlled quickly back to Miller. She makes the pass to the near side, intended that time for Gosling. It was picked off, and now Nurse spins away from the check. Miller all over the back of Nurse. She's able to get the puck into the zone and plays it over to Howard. Howard's shot got blocked, and some tight defensive play here, not allowing a lot of open shooting lanes.
Yeah, it's what you like to see, and these teams haven't had the opportunity to practice together for very long. Most of them have been on the ice for about 2 weeks, so it's good to see some of the systems fall into place.
Pretty incredible that elite athletes can perform at this high of a level with only 2 weeks of training.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said before, you know, they're accountable and they're on the ice individually over the summertime, but as a team, yeah, it's come together in a very short period of time. So credit to the players, and it just shows what
Oh, what a shot! And Turnbull buries it on the rebound. She had a head of speed and could not be stopped there. She streaked up the right wing. The initial save made by Makela, but then Blair Turnbull bats it out of midair to tie this game at 1.
What an intelligent play by Turnbull there, going far pad to get her own rebound. That's a veteran shot right there.
That's so tough on the goalie, too, because you feel like you sort of did your job by making the first save, but you're right. You almost kind of get baited in there because the way the shooter takes the shot, they know they're getting their own rebound. It's almost even more frustrating as a goaltender.
Yeah, and you're a right-handed shot on the right-hand side, so you got to protect that short side of the net high. So, credit to Makela. She took away that option, but like I said, Blair Turnbull with a very smart play to go far pad.
And a great job to execute banking in the rebound as Turnbull once again with the puck tries to check that. That was actually Leslie with the puck who tried to make the pass over to Johnston, but it's broken up. And here goes Sarah Nurse back for Team Knox. Nurse driving wide, still with the puck on her stick. Nice job to shield it. Makes the pass to Spooner, back to the point. Fast tees up a shot, but that gets blocked by Johnston. Unassisted, Turnbull gets the goal to equalize. Johnston tries a spinorama move, but Fast able to defend that well, and she comes away with the puck. Fast, good tape-to-tape pass for Natalie Spooner. She's got some room to skate. Spooner drives wide, shoots for the far post, and just missed on the accuracy with that attempt. Nice idea, though, to drive wide and then put it low.
That's it. It's you're seeing at the other end of the ice now.
Ooh, great shot there as that one came off the stick of Taylor Woods. She's got the ability to snipe, too.
You know what? Woodsy is, she's also a Cornell grad. I had the opportunity to play with her in Markham, and, just a true athlete. She's taught herself to shoot the puck with both hands, left-handed, right-handed. So on any given practice night, I don't know which way she's coming down the ice.
That's got to make it especially tough, like you said, during practice where you don't know how she's coming in on you.
And I'm talking like equally as good a shot, left-handed and right-handed. She's, definitely dedicated to her art.
Ailish Forfar was up here yesterday, and we were saying that Taylor Woods has to be one of the most difficult players to move off the puck. When she gets her feet planted, good luck knocking her off the puck.
She is solid, and I'm sure Ailish, spoke to it yesterday about her commitment in the gym, but I've never seen, an athlete lift the way she does with the focus and dedication to it that she has. So credit to her. I definitely am not lifting the same weight as Woodsy is.
That's okay, neither am I. Sydney Kidd with the long shot. It was then picked up by Lequette after the save by Boissonneau, and now controlled by Pozzoben, who's got the goal for Team Knox. Pozzoben playing the right defensive position, so that'll make it a little bit easier to distinguish her from Prevost, who's playing center at the moment. Kidd knocks the puck out of midair and tries to chip it out of the zone, but 3 white jerseys there to pin her against the boards, including that of Willoughby as they try to dig the puck loose. Miller in there as well for Team Johnston. Giving chase, nice defensive play by Daou as she tried to keep it in the corner. Working their way out front, Willoughby tries to jam it home on the near post, but a good save by Makela. Scrum off the boards. It's Prevost who comes up with the puck. She makes the pass out to the far wing, and getting it in deep is Rachel Smith. Picked up by Gosling. She tries to flip it through the neutral zone. Bunton giving chase along with Miller. And again, really tight defensive play here. Very impressive. The accountability. They really don't want to make a mistake that could give the go-ahead goal. I mean, I think we were wondering what we could expect yesterday, and what we've seen is really tight, solid defensive plays. There's a great shot right on as Melissa Channel stepped up for the opportunity.
Yeah, I had that discussion yesterday. Was it going to turn into, a fun social scrimmage type play? And, they're athletes. They want to win. You don't have an off switch for that. So it's been incredible to see how the girls have stepped up here in terms of their accountability on the ice.
Here's a break. Sarah Nurse with Brittany Howard. Nurse shoots, and Boissonneau makes the save as Johnston had the chance just prior to that on the one-timer through the slot. Makela out of her net to slow it down for Pozzoben. She looks for an option, tries to feed it up the ice for Gamble, but that's broken up as Fedeski takes possession. Good lead pass to Curio. She then advances it up to Dostaller. Centering attempt, that gets broken up. Good back check by Team Knox to collapse down. And here goes Natalie Spooner. Spooner driving wide, takes the sharp angle shot, and Boissonneau had to be on her toes to make that save.
Yeah, right-handed shot going short right side. I mean, that's a tough shot to make, but, you know, credit to Natalie Spooner. She was inches away.
On a good job by Boissonneau to stay up, not to drop down onto her pads there. And that's tough to kind of be that patient. You want to drop down into the butterfly, but...
Exactly, especially when you see Natalie Spooner barreling down the right side. That's never a fun feeling.
Boissonneau making the good save, and now Team Johnston breaking out as Bellamy makes the pass ahead to Crom, just out of her reach. Or check, that was just out of the reach of Curio. And now Team Knox move the puck along the near boards to Sydney Kidd. Possession exchanged as it's Pozzoben stepping up to take it for Team Knox. She makes the drop pass for Kidd. She gets wrestled down to the ice. Nothing doing. They quickly get the puck back as Platt came up with it. She looks for an option, but it's stripped away from her by Miller. Greco coming off the bench. Tight defensively on Miller. Makes a good play to poke the puck away from her. 6:20 remaining here in the first period of play. We're all tied up at 1 between Team Knox in blue and Team Johnston in white. Nice play by Bunton to lift the stick. Nearly came up with the turnover, but here goes Team Knox as they work the far wing. Howard forechecking after the puck, but Team Johnston able to make the pass, and now it's controlled by Turnbull. Turnbull into the zone. She's got the game-tying goal here. Turnbull trying to find a teammate as she's pinned up against the boards by Greco. Johnston comes in, makes the pass. The shot attempt from the stick of Leslie got blocked.
Blocking shots, Renata Fast. You know, that's the kind of defense I want to see on my team.
Absolutely. Great defensive play as Johnston comes up with it for the wraparound. She gets stuffed on another shot block, and Team Johnston pressing right now, but Team Knox weathering the storm defensively. Centering attempt, Johnston, another shot block as I believe that was Fast once again who got down in the way of that one. Team Knox take possession. They're able to clear it out of the zone, and it's controlled here by Howard. Howard across the blue line, shot right on, easily sticked aside by Boissonneau. And Team Johnston make the lead pass ahead for Dostaller. She tries a spin move into the slot. That gets knocked away. Curio there with it for a moment, and now it's controlled by Spooner. Natalie Spooner wheels out the near wing. Her lane initially closed down, but look at that pursuit. Spooner comes up with it, centers, and nearly connects with Nurse for the one-timer. Great effort there from Natalie Spooner. Loose puck controlled by Team Knox. They try feed it ahead for Sarah Nurse. It's broken up, and here goes Curio across the blue line. At the face-off dot, she takes it down low into the corner, spins away from the check, but has it poked off her stick by Nurse. Darkangelo playing a bit of defense there. Makes the play, and it's controlled by Daou as she looks for the long lead pass for Spooner. Spooner streaking after it into the near corner. Bellamy defends her well, and now it's with Lequette. She makes the pass ahead. Quick puck movement. It's controlled by Woods. She looks for an option. Far side, they take the shot with traffic in front, and getting a piece of it was, I believe, Mickelson pinching in there. Miller. Nice play to step up by Gosling as they get the puck in deep, and it's controlled by Fast with 3:40 remaining in the period. Renata Fast dishes it off. The cross-ice pass deflected up and out of play by Leslie. 1-1. This is one heck of a tight game.
That's it. That's what we'd like to see, you know. Tight defense. Good opportunities at both ends of the ice, though. You know, the goaltenders are keeping them in it, so credit to them.
Amanda Makela a little bit busier than her counterpart Boissonneau at the moment, but as you mentioned, both goaltenders have brought their A game, and certainly the defensive presence in front of them as well for a competition where there's no trophy on the line, they sure are putting their body on the line a lot by blocking so many shots.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you and I know, some games you get lots of shots and you stay in it, and other times, sometimes it's more difficult when you're only facing, a handful of shots at a time. So both goalies have to stay sharp here.
Team Johnston looking for possession in the offensive zone, but it's Emma Greco who comes up with it for Team Knox. Plays it ahead for Brittany Howard. Mickelson takes possession. 3:20 left in the period. Mickelson plays it to the near side corner. Howard on pursuit. Comes up with it only for a moment before Gosling digs it over to the far corner.
Lots of low support from the Johnston team there. It's nice to see all five below the hash to try to get that breakout.
They'll start up once again from behind their own goal as Brooke Beezer makes the pass out front on the wrong side of Curio, so it'll be Pazaben who comes and takes possession for Team Knox. Initially fanning on her pass, but they're able to pick up possession with Natalie Spooner. Spooner trying to get away from the forecheck. Evades the first two checkers. Now she's got space to wheel. Spooner shoots and right into the glove hand of Boissonneau. But there's that explosiveness once again from Natalie Spooner.
Yeah, she's just got that speed that, she gets it going. She gets a few strides and she takes off. So great on Boissonneau to make that nice glove save short side there.
Shannon Zabados up here enjoying a drink from one of our sponsors. No, it's not Budweiser. It is before noon. But she's enjoying a Tim Hortons coffee at the moment. As Team Johnston trying to break out. They have possession. A good pass through center ice. Just out of the reach of Curio. No icing, so she gets to it first. Centering attempt intended for Crom, but that got broken up. Here goes Gable. Lauren Gable with a head of speed. Cuts to the net. Oh, what a great chance and a better save by Boissonneau as Gable crashes into the net.
Yeah, great to see the young players showcasing their talent here at the PWHPA showcases. And, it speaks to their maturity to understand our mission and what we're trying to accomplish here and have them sign up so eagerly and get on the ice. And just like you saw, tons of talent coming out of these young players.
A number of rookies making their professional debut here this weekend. And it is exciting to see them on the ice. Oh, a turnover fast, steps up, tries to get a shot away, but that was collapsed and blocked by Bunton. And then I believe the puck hit a player on the bench, so it's whistled down. You're tuned in to the Women's Hockey Showcase presented by Unifor. Make sure you stay tuned to our social media feeds at PWHPA to check out the Budweiser Player Challenge. And of course, post-game we'll have our Budweiser goal of the game. That was a pretty fun moment yesterday when Carolyn Prevost got to do the lap with the Budweiser goal horn, the goal light. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, and what an athlete in Carolyn Prevost. Fittest woman in Canada right now. So dual sport athlete and full-time teacher, the time management that she must deal with on a day-to-day basis is pretty incredible.
Bellamy tries to backhand it in from the half wall. That gets blocked. Bouncing puck. Miller tries to step up for a shot as we've got 1:30 remaining in the period. Team Knox under pressure right now from the strong forecheck, but it's secured by Nurse. She makes the cross-ice pass as it's picked up by Howard. Howard dumps it in deep. Nurse gives chase, but it's controlled by Laquette. She goes up the far wing as we're inside the final minute of the first period. Turnbull in the far corner with the puck. Spins away from the first check. Has it stripped away from her by Gable. Gable has Spooner racing up the ice with her, but Gable gets muscled off the puck. Beautiful defensive play there by Mickelson.
Interesting no call, Sometimes those go your way, sometimes they don't. So good for Mickelson for staying within the rules.
35 seconds left in the period as Shannon Zabados right over our shoulders checking out the action.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for coming up
We're
here.
in the
Hope
presence
you're
of
enjoying
greatness.
it.
Yeah,
no
here
kidding.
we are.
3 goalies, not all of us on the same level, that's for sure. As just 25 seconds left in the period, and icing called here against Team Team Knox. So, Shannon, what do you think so far? Have you been enjoying the action?
Yeah, it's been incredible. The atmosphere has been awesome. The games, nice to see some nice tight games, one-goal games yesterday. So the competition has been fierce out here.
As from the face-off, a scrum for the puck. Makela watches it go wide of her post. It stays behind the net and trapped on the net. So a chance for us to continue to chat with Shannon. As a goaltender, I gotta think it's pretty nice to see all the blocked shots here today.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I haven't gotten to see much of the game. I've been chatting with all the little fans down there. So I just managed to find my way up here, and there's a minute left. So
Well, you'll be happy to know that Renata Fast has tallied up at least 3 block shots.
She had a girl.
Yeah.
That's what she's known for. So nice to see her continuing that.
Final couple seconds ticking off the clock here in the first period as we're all tied up at 1 between Team Johnston and Team Knox. Maybe one last chance here, but the buzzer sounds, and that'll do it for the opening 20 minutes of play. So a very entertaining opening period, but some tight defensive checking. And after 20 minutes, we're all squared up at 1. Shannon, before we let you go, can you talk a little bit about why it's so important for you to be involved with the PWHPA?
Well, for me, it's kind of just seeing where women's hockey was and where it is today. And I kind of grew up my entire life playing men's hockey, and a little bit of that is because there was nowhere really to go in women's hockey, and it's unfortunate. And I think being through it all now, I'm kind of in a position to help out in whatever way I can, and I think that's why it's important for all of us just to be involved to make sure that future generations don't have to go through this.
Well, we can't thank you enough for your time and joining us up here, and we'll let you enjoy the rest of the game as Noxie and I do a quick period recap, and then we'll take a break ourselves. So Liz, a pretty great opening period there, and I think as goaltenders, we certainly appreciate the defensive play of both of these teams so far. If you're in the locker rooms, though, how do you break through that defensive stance?
I think they just got to spread the ice a little bit more. We're seeing a lot up the middle. And, like you say, the D are just clogging up that zone. So a little bit more depth to the attack, changing the angle a little bit on it. But it'll come. I think the players are coming off a quick game last night, quick turnaround. So hopefully they find their stride here.
Well, we're going to take a quick break ourselves, and then we'll be back for the second period of play as you're tuned in to the Women's Hockey Showcase presented by Unifor. All right, here we go, hockey fans. Second period of play coming up here at the Women's Hockey Showcase presented by Unifor. As Nico Cardarelli and Liz Knox up here in our broadcast booth today, and we've been treated to a great first period so far in this game between Team Knox and Team Johnston, as we're all tied up at 1 heading into the second period. Liz, a pretty exciting first period of play and an almost equally exciting intermission up here as you got to rub elbows with some big names.
Yeah, Shannon Zavados treated me with her presence up here, and no, she's awesome, and great to hear that she's able to interact with some of the fans here.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about my commentary debut, and Kendall Coyne, look out! I guess San Jose Sharks want you, but I mean, move over. I think I have a real future here. The doors are opening.
Brendan Shanahan on line 1, anybody?
Hey, call me up, man.
Right?
I'm
Honestly,
here for it.
MLSE, I think we have some connections there. As the second period puck drop underway, and yes, Liz making her commentary debut, but you wouldn't know it. You're doing a great job, partner, and you're almost as comfortable up here as you were in the crease in your playing days. I'll say that.
It's way more nerve-wracking up here.
There's an early shot to start the second period coming from the stick of Hannah Bunton, and it was turned away by the blocking arm of Amanda Makala. Team Knox wearing those navy blue jerseys, defending the goal to our broadcast right. They're defending right now on the shot from Miller, but that got blocked. Again, we want to thank Shannon Zabados for coming up here at the end of the first period and taking some time to join the broadcast. And as you mentioned, spending so much time with fans here, and it's been another incredible day in terms of attendance here at Westwood Arena. Another sellout here.
Yeah, really impressed to see that on a Sunday morning. I mean, it's not a typical pro hockey game time that you're used to going to, but credit to our fans. They're loyal and they understand what we're doing here, why we're doing it. So great to see them all out.
You're tuned in to the Women's Hockey Showcase presented by Unifor, as we're streaming across multiple platforms, including cbc.ca. As, what a chance there. Nurse with a big shot, the save from Boissonneau, and the rebound just trickled away. Here goes Blair Turnbull back up the ice in transition. Takes it into the corner where Rebecca Johnston digs it loose, but it's now controlled by Natalie Spooner for Team Knox.
And you saw there on that play, we were talking about how to generate a little bit more offense, just spreading the ice a little bit more and, getting those far pad shots to change the angle on the goaltenders. So, Team Knox, I don't know, maybe they had an inside ear. Maybe somebody went down and told them.
Maybe good coaching. Yeah, I mean, someone figured something out there.
Yeah, you know what? And I got to give a shout out to Laura McIntosh. She's head coach of the Team Knox right now, and somebody who transitioned very quickly from playing in this league to, taking a leadership role, and just an incredible skills coach out in Waterloo. Very familiar face out there, and she's obviously showing that she knows how to put the best product on the ice with the pros as well.
Laura, of course, a former teammate of Liz's with the Markham Thunder, the championship-winning Markham Thunder, and what a great season that was.
That was an incredible year, and Laura Mack had lost her mom just days before our championship game, and winning that for her was really a special moment for all of us. So, great times for Laura Mack, and more to come, I'm sure.
Referee takes a tumble across the blue line. That's the second time this weekend the blue line has taken down somebody. As here goes Team Knox's Melissa Chano. Stripped away from her. Here's a breakaway chance. Shot right on. Oh, what a goal! Hannah Bunton makes no mistake as she picks up the loose puck, breaks in, and buries it to give Team Johnston the 2-1 lead. Tough break there for Team Knox. They thought they were streaking up the ice. Channel had her pocket picked, and then Bunton sniped it. No chance for Makala on that one.
Yeah, Mac probably a little bit on her heels, thinking a nice, easy break out of the zone. And those gray zone turnovers around the blue line, you just teams will capitalize on those. You just, you got to tighten up in that area.
Oh, speaking of turnovers in dangerous areas, Brittany Howard nearly caused one as she comes out of the corner with the puck, plays it back to Channel. Her shot attempt, that gets kicked away by Boissonneau. Breaking out across center ice, played over to the far wing. There's a shot that just streaks over top the net as it was Taylor Woods who had made the pass over to the wing. Back checking now, Mickelson tries to take Gable over to the boards as the goal from Bunton announced Bunton gets the puck in deep. Woods drawing an assist on the goal from Bunton.
Yeah, Hannah Button going low glove. I mean, I always expect high glove out of her for some reason. She's just got that quick release, but, great shot selection, seeing what she had on the net.
Here goes Spooner. She makes the pass just out of the reach of, I believe that's Prevost, as she's digging away for the puck. And it's controlled by Team Johnston. They break out the far wing. As a shot right on beats Makela. It's Rebecca Johnston making it 3-1 for Team Johnston. What a snipe once again, low glove side.
Yeah, shot through the screen there too, and Johnny's really great at changing that release angle. So tough shot to stop in that close.
Well, Rebecca Johnston has been buzzing all weekend, and here she gets rewarded with the goal. As Liz mentioned, she fired it through the screen in front of Makela, the goaltender with no chance, and quickly Team Johnston have doubled their lead. It's now 3-1 with 4 minutes played here in the second period.
Johnston, of course, from Sudbury, Ontario, and when I played with her on the U22 team, we actually had the chance to skate with her and her brothers at Christmas time, and let me tell you, that's a one talented family, and their dad put them through the runner there, making sure they were getting their ice time. So, I just lucky enough just to stand in that and get lit up. But she's an incredible athlete, and it's awesome just to see how she's developed over the last 10 years.
And of course, Sudbury, a great hockey town and always a big historic place for women's hockey as well. As I believe they've won the SO Cup before, the Lady Wolves, as the pass into the slot. Oh, what a beauty! Natalie Spooner backhands it in, and the lead is cut to 1. What a goal by Spooner.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? Being in the commentary booth here, I'm trying not to scream, but what an incredible move that was by Spooner. Forehand, backhand, nobody's stopping that.
Great job to pick up the puck from Sarah Nurse. It was rolling on Spooner just a bit, but as you mentioned, she goes forehand, backhand, puts it over Boissonneau, and we've got a flurry of goals here to start the second period, just 5 minutes in, and we've had 3 goals scored, as it's now 3-2 for Team Johnston. Digging away for the puck, just gets away from Prevost, so Beezer plays it ahead. It's controlled by Curio as she cuts towards the net. Behind the goal, they battle for possession, and it'll be covered up by Makela with 14:30 left in the period.
Yeah, you hear the fans there cheering for the goal announcement for Natalie Spooner, and she has just done such an incredible job in the community here and representing Toronto, and of course now starring on Battle of the Blades, which I was blown away by her. She's got some real grace to her that I wasn't expecting.
I was thinking about that coming in today, and we're so proud to be streaming today's action on CBC as well. But is there a more Canadian show than Battle of the Blades?
Yeah, honestly,
I don't think you could pull that show off in any other country in the world.
And I come from a figure skating background, some people know. And, just to see the athleticism of both sides of it, I mean, stars on ice. It's both sides. It's incredible.
It is pretty remarkable for sure. And, of course, Spooner continuing, I guess we can call it a reality TV career now, because she's done The Amazing Race and now Battle of the Blades. So I think, we can add that to her resume, reality TV star.
She's a personality, and, she loves it. She's so enthusiastic, and what you see is what you get. She's just a very authentic person. She's not selling any image. That's just how she is. She's and you saw it in her dance on Battle of the Blades. Knows how to have a good time with it. So really proud to see where she's come.
Absolutely. She's been a great advocate for growing women's hockey and awareness, and certainly one of the top players. As we had a look at her Amazing Race teammate, there she is, number 12, Megan Mickelson. A nice moment there as Caitlin Willoughby and Sarah Nurse sharing a laugh. More so Willoughby. Nurse looking a little bit annoyed there that she's being waved out of the draw.
Yeah, it's so funny. Oh, there you go. There's Nurse. She's dancing to the song because this is the song that Spoons danced to on the ice the other night. So
very nice.
Little shot at Spooner there, but I like that.
Well done by the in-house DJ as well, as Nurse makes the cross crease pass through the high slot, and the shot from Fast got blocked. Puck cleared down the ice. Channel first on it for Team Knox. As they're here on the power play, first power play opportunity of the game. As they've got 1:30 left with the advantage. The pass from Nurse gets picked off, and it'll be picked up by Channel. Didn't quite notice what the call was.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I didn't see that call. Maybe it was behind the play, but our first odd man opportunity here. So
let's see if Team Knox can capitalize. Right now, they're having some difficulties keeping the puck in the zone, and we talked about the short time period with these teams coming together. I got to think they haven't had a ton of time to work on special teams during practice.
Yeah, you know what? Credit to the players, and you play at this elite level. You can play with anybody. So. This will be creativity. Your power play is based on creativity, finding open ice, and creating those opportunities. So it'll be interesting to see what they have here.
Getting some changes on the fly as Rachel Smith comes off the bench. Puck just gets outside of the zone, as I believe that's Plaza-Ben. She fans on the pass. Blair Turnbull picks it up, but her shot went wide of the net. Short-handed opportunity for Team Johnston. They weren't quite able to capitalize, but with time coming off the power play, just 25 seconds left in the man advantage for Team Knox. Get a look at Jerry D on the bench once again for Team Johnston. Now, we're debating yesterday when they took their timeout whether he was actually drawing up a play or testing out new material. And I'm pretty sure he's testing out new material down there.
Jerry's been awesome. He's such an advocate for women's hockey, and last year around the All-Star game, he put out a pretty hilarious video calling out some players. And but you know what? He's been a huge advocate for us, and amazing to see his support here, and I'm sure more to come from him.
Absolutely. Here goes Team Knox with the puck into the zone. Centering attempt, and it's in the back of the net. Oh, a goal mouth scramble, and it's Brittany Howard who buries it to tie the game at 3, but some discussion here from the referees, and we'll see if this goal stands.
Yeah, Brittany Howard is not shy to get in that blue paint, and she's not a tall girl, but it looks like we're gonna have a no. Is this going to be a penalty? I think
this is going to be no goal and a penalty to Howard.
Wow, interesting read on that. I would probably disagree, but you know what? I'm not on the ice, and I don't get the authority to say that. So. Unfortunate bounce for them, though.
Now, that said, they are lining up at center ice for a face-off. I can't quite make out the scoreboard from our vantage point to see if it's been adjusted on the score clock here in the arena, but I would be surprised if the goal stands and they give a penalty, right?
Yeah.
You would think by the penalty being assessed, it would negate the goal, but...
Yeah, and Brittany Howard, it's been fun to see her develop over the last year, and I'm sure more to come from her. She's just finding her comfort zone on the ice, playing with some bigger names, and like I said, no stranger to the blue paint, and that's a great quality to have in a player like that. Just having some discussions at the bench here. Let's see what's going to happen.
We'll take a moment to remind you that you're tuned into the Women's Hockey Showcase presented by Unifor. And we're proud to have Adidas Hockey Secret Deodorant, Budweiser Canada, the NHLPA, Tim Hortons, and Bauer Hockey on board as well, supporting the PWHPA.
Unifor, of course, being the title sponsor of this showcase, this event. They were so integral in coming on board, and they were really one of the first sponsors to understand what we were doing and step right up, and they've been generous enough to fund all the Canadian ice. So big shout out to them, and really excited to see where this partnership goes.
So the goal comes off the board, offside called here against Team Johnston, and it remains 3-3. It's now 3-3 on the scoreboard. This could not be any more confusing.
Yeah,
it didn't help that the referees did not make any signal.
No motion.
They didn't wave it off.
No.
They didn't point. They just lined up for a face-off at center ice.
Yeah, so. I'm really not sure. We're gonna have to probably take the intermission to figure out what happened down on the ice level. But I guess we're 3-3.
Yeah,
Here
it's
we are.
being announced as a goal. So Brittany Howard, despite being penalized on the play, scores the game-tying goal. So we're all tied up at 3, and now her team killing off the penalty as Mickelson, check that, that's Willoughby, thought about the shot. She played it down low into the corner for Miller. Miller spins off the half wall, goes cross ice, back to the top of the point for Beezer, but it's outside the blue line, so Team Johnston will have to dump it in and get some fresh legs out there. Definitely an odd sequence as that goal stands, but Howard in the box. As a goaltender, that's got to be so frustrating where you see the player get penalized. So obviously there's some sort of interference, yet the goal stands.
Yeah, and just the timing of the play. I mean, Howard was driving the net. She redirected the puck in, and, momentum took her through the crease. And, there's malicious plays that happen in the crease, and then there's just kind of incidental. And to me, that was one of those incidental plays. But, again,
Totally.
The call stands on the ice. We've got a good goal and a penalty. So good for Howard. She's just knocking them off one at a time here in one shift.
That's it. Great job by Howard as she gets her name on the score sheet twice at the same time. One for a goal, one for a penalty. Mickelson trying to make something happen on the power play, but nothing doing that time, and it's cleared down the ice. Mickelson picks it up inside her own blue line. She's got Gosling, makes the pass ahead as Gosling takes the space on the right wing. 10 seconds left in the power play. It's taken away by Sarah Nurse. Nurse trying to make something happen shorthanded. Takes it all the way into the far corner before Rebecca Johnston pokes it off of her stick. Rebecca Johnston spins away from the forward check of Natalie Spooner as we're back to five-a-side hockey. Bellamy makes the pass out. Quick return touch. Gosling looking for a cross-ice pass, but Spooner able to intercept that. Bouncing puck, neither team able to get clear possession. It's now picked up by Channel as she passes it back and forth with her defensive teammate. Channel spins away from the pressure as Dostaller steps up, but it's Prevost who makes the pass. Renata Fast trying to bring it into the zone, shields it, and then Prevost gets it in deep.
Fast, showing that she, can be an offensive defenseman as well as blocking some shots in her own zone. So, yeah, what a defenseman to have. Must be nice.
It's funny. I think you can speak to this having a player like Laura Fortino in front of you for so long. They're kind of coined a dwinger, right? Where they're a defenseman, but they're also a winger because they have the ability, and here's a player like that in a sense with Bridget Laquette, who can bring the puck up the ice in a flash and create offense out of nowhere.
Yeah, and the game is changing, right? It's adapting to allow players like that to really excel and see them come down the wing. It makes for exciting hockey. You've got a fourth forward out there. So
absolutely,
as long as you got somebody to come back, I gotta give credit to my defense here.
Well, there's some good defensive back checking by Team Johnston as they take possession with Brooke Beezer. Passed ahead now for Hannah Bunton. She tries to gain the zone, but Smith rides her into the boards. Kidd chips it off the boards and out through center ice. Fedeschi takes possession, drops it back to Beezer with 8:10 remaining in the period. Miller has it stripped away from her, quickly retained by Willoughby, and then taken off her stick as not a lot of open ice there, a lot of tight checking. Here's a chance now as the drop pass, and they bury it. Oh, what a touch as Lauren Gable finishes it off. It was Rachel Smith who brought it into the zone. The quick pass over, and then it gets buried by Gable.
The rookies, wow. Smith to Gable, I mean, that's...
And check, that was actually the other number 12, Catherine Daou, the defenseman who stepped up.
There you go, and Catherine Daou, of course, typically seen in the Team Poulin region in Montreal. Came over to this Team Knox for the weekend and fitting right in. Finding Gable on the far side there.
A great goal for Lauren Gable as Team Knox out in front now 4-3. And they're working for more as Natalie Spooner digging away for the puck. It's secured by Sarah Nurse. Passed over to Gamble. Taken away from her by Mickelson. Nurse, first back on the loose puck. Passed ahead to Spooner. She sidesteps the hit coming from Gosling as Mickelson plays it off the boards. Leslie under pressure. Good forechecking here from Team Knox as they try keep Team Johnston pinned in their zone, but Blair Turnbull carries it out. Rebecca Johnston working the far wing, shields it from the defender. They play it down low into the corner. As checking for options, trying to shield it, was Taylor Woods. Gable announced as the goal scorer as Brittany Howard and Catherine Daou draw assists on the goal from Gable. And that's a big one as Team Knox with 2 straight goals have pushed ahead 4-3.
So there you go, Brittany Howard in 2 shifts, goal, penalty, and assist. She just needs to get into a fight now.
I was going to say, that's kind of the Gordy hat trick in a way, isn't it? Don't think we'll see the fight here today.
I don't think so. I don't
That
think
would
the
certainly
tensions are
be
that high
shocking,
just
yes.
yet. Though it's not out of the question.
I was going to say, it wouldn't be the first time we've had a fight in women's hockey if one were to happen.
Yeah, exactly. I've found myself in the middle. Pulling people out of the fight really was what I was trying to do.
Right, yes, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are always the peacekeeper, Knox. No doubt
right.
about that. Especially when people came into your crease. You
Yeah.
did not take exception
No,
with
I'm
that.
just here to keeping the peace.
Well, Team Knox trying to pursue after the puck, but it's Curio who picks it up for Team Johnston. Makes the pass out with 6 minutes remaining in the period as Lequette steps up to take possession. Oh, that one hit Howard right, or checked it. That was Sydney Kidd. Takes it right off the grill. Nice to have those full face masks when you take one like that.
Well, that's part of the talk is we don't have dental plans here playing pro women's hockey. So if you want to see the visors, we gotta keep those chiclets all in line here.
Lisa needs braces. I mean, come on.
I love the Simpsons reference. That's amazing.
Great chance right on for Gable as she's got the go-ahead goal. Boissonneau has lost her stick in the fray. She's able to get it back, but the bouncing puck held in at the line by Daou. Her shot attempt, actually Boissonneau still looking for her stick. Now she picks it back up as her team able to get the puck out through the neutral zone.
And Catherine Daou, like a very underrated defenseman, I think. Very star-studded lineup that she's been used to seeing in Montreal, but incredibly versatile. Great hands, great patience, and she just sees the ice really well. So it's been nice to see her out in this different atmosphere with a few different names around her.
I thought she played really well in that game yesterday afternoon as that shot from Greco into the glove hand of Boissonneau. And yes, once again, Daou playing tremendously here today as she's got an assist on the go-ahead goal for Team Knox.
Here you see Emma Greco, Quinnipiac alumna.
So many great NCAA schools in the state supporting women's hockey, and of course Quinnipiac, one of those storied schools.
Yeah, and a great roster of coaches there. I mean, now I'm dating myself, but Amanda Mazzata, who's a national team goaltender and a grad of Cornell, of course, on their bench, and Cassie Turner, I believe she's still down there, but just people who've been around the game long and know how to scout the right talent. So credit to them.
And it's pretty interesting that there is more than one path to professional women's hockey. Just because you may not end up in the NCAA doesn't mean you don't have a shot. There's a shot from Spooner that goes over top the net. And Liz, you can certainly talk about that a little bit as you're a former Laurier Golden Hawk.
Yeah, I was a youth sport athlete. I really enjoyed my time there, and got to go to the national championship every year that I was at the school. And certainly a different path than some of these athletes, but you know what? Youth sport is really on the rise, and there's a lot more reasons to stay in Canada now, and it's nice to see.
Rebecca Leslie, spinorama move, tries the backhander from her knees, but that gets blocked by Makala before the net comes off its pegs.
Channeling her Ovechkin there, spin around on the knees, and still manages to get the shot on net. So, wow.
Some pretty impressive skilled plays here this weekend as Jenna Dingledine and Amanda Makala share a bit of a laugh, 2 former Toronto Fury players.
Yeah, great sense of humor on Dingledine. Not somebody you want to see coming through your crease again, but getting to know her off the ice, she's just a real personality and loves the game, loves to be here. So nice to see her out with, like you say, some of her former teammates.
I think one of my favorite part about doing Furies games last year was as tough as it was to see Amanda Makela on the sidelines for much of the year, it was great seeing her there with her pup every single game. And that kind of became the unofficial mascot because, of course, they did have their own mascot.
Yeah, NHL, we did it first.
Yeah,
here.
totally.
Like,
right?
You know, we were on the puppy train. So, yeah, no, she's definitely a dog lover. I saw the other day on her Instagram, her pups were in some competitions. So, you know, athleticism competition runs in the blood, in the fur blood as well, I guess.
Absolutely. Casey Bellamy picks up the puck, rims it around the boards to the far wing, and Team Johnston try break out, but nice job by Prevost to keep them in the zone.
Casey Bellamy, actually a published author.
Really?
Some do not know this. Yeah,
I did
she
not know
is
that.
a poet.
Get out.
Very, very talented, yeah.
That's amazing.
She's got a book out. You can pick it up. Yeah, she's just, you know, one of those athletes that a little bag of tricks that a lot of people don't know about. So
very cool.
Nice to see from her.
Shot right on. Bossino makes the big save. The rebound into the far corner as they dig away for possession. Taylor Woods in the fray of it as the puck rolling around the crease. Bossino had it covered well. Ripped around the boards by Fedeski. They can't clear the zone. Beezer tries again to work it up the far wing. Fedeski reverses to the near side. Willoughby receives the pass and chips it in past Posabon. Willoughby still with the puck on her stick, shielding it from Prevost. Gable in there as well to try take it away. Gable comes up with it. She chips it off the glass as Fast, under pressure, makes the pass over to Smith. Fast, 2 minutes remaining here in the period. Team Knox have pushed ahead 4-3 as we've had 5 goals scored here in this period. Bit of contact in front of the net. Turnbull got knocked down. Nothing came out of it. So Team Knox send it the length of the ice, and that'll be an icing call with 1:40 left in the period.
Yeah, Renata Fast with a little bit of contact there on Turnbull. And obviously both national team players in Canada here. But just goes to show, you know, when you're on the ice, those friendships that you have off the ice are right out the window, and the competition's high.
I thought it was an icing call, but they're going to bring the face-off to center ice, so maybe a inadvertent whistle.
Better check the scoreboard and make sure we didn't get another goal that we missed.
That's a good point. That's a good Sarah Nurse tries to work through Megan Mickelson, but Mickelson with the good defensive play, and now here goes Blair Turnbull working up the far wing. Spooner wrestles it away from her. Mickelson tries to keep it away from her Amazing Race teammate who's playing on the other team today. As Team Knox back in their own defensive zone, Pozaben takes control, chips it up ahead to Sarah Nurse. Nurse cross-ice pass for Spooner. Nurse heads to the net to get the pass back, but that got broken up by Mickelson. Here goes Turnbull as she's starting to streak up across center ice. She'll dump in and peel off for a change as Rebecca Johnston gives chase on the forecheck. Final minute of the second period. They play it back to the point. Lequette tees up a big shot, and that just went wide. Down low, they play it behind the goal. Dostaller checking for an option. She's got Lequette at the point. Opts to work her way off the half wall through the slot, but that got broken up. Curio finds the loose puck, plays it back to the left point. Back behind the goal. Check that. That's Bunton, who plays it back to the point for Lequette. She goes over to the far side. The shot from the point with traffic in front. Never made it on goal. As once again, Team Johnston take the shot. Erica Crom stepping off the half wall for that chance.
Erica Crom, a veteran non-national team player that we've seen in the CWHL for the better part of the last decade. I feel like, you know, she's almost up there with me, but, you know, holding her own.
I believe she had one of the goals yesterday for Team Johnston. As with the final few seconds ticking off the clock, the buzzer sounds and the second period ends with Team Knox leading Team Johnston 4-3. A packed house here at Westwood Arena, and they've been treated to quite a game this morning. Heading into the third period, Liz, what does Team Johnston have to do to try push their way back in front?
Yeah, you know, I think they're doing a lot of things right. They're getting their chances. Probably could generate a few more, but just getting that traffic in front and shot selection.
And if you're inside that Team Knox dressing room, what are you saying to your team to make sure they take it home in the final 20?
Yeah, tight D. You know, it's we're playing in a nice size rink here that we can clog up the middle, trying to reduce the chances in front of our net and capitalize down at the other end.
Well, we're going to step aside for a quick break after 2 periods of play. Team Knox leading Team Johnston 4-3 as you're tuned in to the Women's Hockey Showcase presented by Unifor. All right, hockey fans, let's get you set for this third period of play here as you're tuned in to the Women's Hockey Showcase presented by Unifor. My name's Nico Cardarelli, very pleased to be joined today by Liz Knox, former Brampton and Markham Thunder player. And I'm pleased to say that I've got a few of your jerseys and autographed items in my personal collection. So thank you for that, Knox.
You know what? They might be worth something one day if this keeps going the way it is.
Absolutely. I may have to donate them to the hall one day.
Oh, gosh. That's dreaming.
Well, Team Knox with a 4-3 lead as we get you set for this third period of play. Just moments away from puck drop. And we're underway here in the third period as Team Johnston, wearing the white jerseys, defending the end to our right, have possession with Hannah Miller. Miller tries to bring it across center ice, but that's broken up. Quickly, they retain possession. Miller works it along the near wing for Bunton. Bunton, she gets hammered into the boards. Nice job by Lauren Gable to finish her check on that play.
Lauren Gable using all 110 pounds of her to get on Hannah Bunton there, who's got a few inches on her.
Here's a chance now for Team Knox. Shot right on, and that gets turned away by Boissonneau as Gable once again leading the offense for Team Knox with the chance. Spooner backhander through the slot, and Boissonneau did well to cover that for no rebound.
Yep, no panic there from Boissonneau, just keeping her ground, waiting for the shot release, and textbook save. Making it look easy. That's what you like to see from your goaltenders.
She's been strong in goal today for Team Johnston, but she has been beaten 4 times, including one that was a little bit unorthodox, but Brittany Howard made sure the puck got in the net, even if she had to bowl her way through Boissonneau to accomplish that.
Yeah, it got the job done, right?
Of course, and Howard's goal led to a 3-3 tie, and since then she assisted on the go-ahead goal, which was scored by Gable. Nice stretch play by Sarah Nurse to intercept the outlet pass. It's now controlled by Blair Turnbull. Turnbull working up the far wing. Spooner on her defensively. Turnbull drives wide against Greco. She dumps it off as it's left for Rebecca Leslie. Worked over to the near corner, and Team Knox will do well to clear it out. Well, actually, it was Spooner who made a back pass into her own zone, but now they bring it out across center ice. Just offside, as Nurse was just a step ahead of Greco on that play. A minute 30 into the third period of play. Some tight defensive play, and I think we could expect that here as Team Johnston will, I'm sure, start to press a little bit more as this period goes on.
Yeah, good to see both teams generating offense through the tight D, like you say.
Fedeski steps up to make the play. It's knocked down. Prevost drop pass. There's a shot from Dingledine, and the rebound gets buried by Prevost, and Team Knox go up 5-3. Carolyn Prevost with her second of the game and third of the weekend. And check that, her first of the game, it was the other 27 that scored earlier. My goodness, sorry about that, Carolyn. Your second of the weekend, as Josenne Pozzevin had the goal earlier.
Yeah, the fittest woman in Canada there, just waiting on the doorstep for that rebound, and really a gift that landed on her stick there. No mistake made.
So Team Knox get a bit of insurance there, going up 5-3 in the opening 2 minutes here of the third period. Nice job by Prevost to ensure she was in a position to knock home the loose puck if it came to her, and Jenny on the spot, she buried it. Here goes Miller back the other way as it's picked off. Smith, there's a shot from distance as one assist coming on the play, on the goal. Kidd drawing the lone assist on the goal from Prevost. It's a nice job by the former Furies teammates to connect for that insurance marker as Team Knox pressing for more. Gable tries to dig it out front. Mickelson there defensively. Gable behind the goal comes up with it. Centering pass, and that was just to the backhand side of Renata Fast, who is pinching in from the point. Puck dug off the half wall, but it's controlled by Bunton. She banks it off the boards and out through center ice. Melissa Channel makes the cross ice pass. Dumped down as Smith will peel off for a change. And that'll give Team Johnston a chance to skate it out. Blair Turnbull takes possession across center ice. into the offensive zone, poked away from her. Laquette tees up a huge shot and a good pad save by Makela. Then Bellamy let one fly. That went way over top the net.
Yeah, a bit of a rolling puck there for her, trailing her Mighty Ducks. Mighty Ducks days trying to get the old knuckleball down on
The old knuckle
net.
puck, that's right, yes. Busted out some great references here today from pop culture.
That's it.
As Team Knox, well, they can't quite clear the zone. Good job by Team Johnston to hold it in for the moment. Rebecca Johnson supplying the forward-checking pressure, but here goes Natalie Spooner. Spooner with the puck behind the goal, tries to settle it down. She's checked closely by her Olympic teammate Laquette, who may have gotten away with a trip there. I think she was expecting to go to the penalty box and then was like, okay, I guess I'll skate away.
Yeah, I think that's the classic. You drop your stick like I didn't do it, but I think she got away with one there too.
Dostaller's shot right on, easily saved by Makela with 15:56 left in the period.
Yeah, one zone I think both teams could really tighten up is that 4 or 5 feet right inside their blue line. We're seeing a lot of turnovers in there, and often those end up in the back of your net. So we just got to see that area tightened up a little bit. But it's coming along, and the girls are finding chemistry around the net. So that's a positive to see.
Prevost facing off against Curio, as Curio wins it for Team Johnston. They try draw it over to Dostaller, but that's broken up by Platt. She feeds it to the far wing, intended for Dingledine. Beezer spins away from the forward-checking pressure of Platt. Plays it ahead through center ice as it's picked up by Channel.
Brooke Beezer, a Kingston, Ontario native, one of the, let's say, more veteran players on the ice. I actually played a half season with her out in Brampton, so I won't give you her birthday, but showing her experience out here today, and nice to see her still on the ice keeping up with the kids.
I was going to say, my first CWHL experience was back in 2012 at the Clarkson Cup in Niagara Falls, and I'm pretty sure Beezer was playing for the Furies in that one. So
yeah, she's bounced around a little bit. She was a Brampton kid for a while. She played in Toronto a while, and all the while living out in Kingston. So a huge commitment, and part of why we're doing this, right? Let's have the resources to have these players live in the cities that they play, and be able to afford their commutes to and from the rink.
That's a great point, and we're so lucky to have partners on board this weekend to help close that gap as we get an offside called here. And let's acknowledge some of our incredible partners as you're tuned into the Women's Hockey Showcase presented by Unifor. And of course, we cannot thank Unifor Canada enough for coming on as the title sponsor of this weekend's showcase event. But let's also acknowledge the contributions of Adidas Hockey, Secret Deodorant, Budweiser Canada, the NHLPA, Tim Hortons, and Bauer Hockey. Thank you for your continued support of the PWHPA. Team Johnston try work the puck back to the point. Mickelson, there's a shot from Gosling, but it's off the shin pad of Howard and into the far corner. Picked up by Miller. She tries to pick out Gosling pinching in from the point as she controls it around the near hash marks. Coming off the wall, she tries to make the pass. It's checked closely. Willoughby has it stripped off her stick, and here goes Brittany Howard. Howard gets the puck in deep as we're approaching 6 minutes played here in the third period, and Team Knox have doubled their lead and nearly tripled it there with that rolling puck as Boissonneau did well to get a toe to it. Puck over to the far side, hash marks, picked up by Willoughby. She dumps it off for Johnston. Off the bench comes Spooner to defend Rebecca Johnston. Makes a good pass over to Blair Turnbull, who snipes one short side. Oh, what a goal by Blair Turnbull.
Again, you see they're shooting through the screen. Perhaps the Team Knox defenseman a little tight in on Makela, taking away that sight line, but no mistake made by Blair Turnbull finding the opening there.
Her second of the game, third of the weekend, and thankfully that water bottle had its lid on that I just knocked off. I had a mini heart attack thinking it was the coffee cup that we had there earlier.
You know, Nico, I'd like to tell you that's the first time my water ball has flown off something, but I played enough games against these guys that's it's kind of a regular thing for me.
Well, Blair Turnbull didn't quite pop the bottle on that shot, but she did snipe one into the back of the net, and now her team has taken a penalty here, so Team Knox will go to the power play as body contact the call against Rebecca Johnson. And I can't believe it, for the second time this weekend, someone who's had a team named after them is being called for a penalty. I thought we had an unwritten rule where this could not happen.
Yeah, we just picked the goons for the team names here. And, if I was on the ice, I'd be on the game sheet with a few penalty minutes too. But, a little bit of a weight class there difference on the boards. And Johnston, obviously a very fit athlete, just out-muscled her. And, harmless play, but the call's the call.
We were joking yesterday, Marie-Philippe Poulin ended the game with 1 assist, no goals, and 2 minor penalties. I bet you that's the only time in her career where that's happened.
Yeah, is she going for a role change? Or, who needs to be a goal scorer? Who needs to score, the biggest goals in women's hockey history when you can go out and take 4 minutes in a game?
Yeah, come on. Versatile player, that's all.
That's it.
Spooner brings the puck in here on the power play for Team Knox. We should mention for Turnbull, that's her 2nd goal of the game and 3rd of the weekend. As Team Knox working on the power play, nearly complete the sauce pass over to Sarah Nurse, but the puck just hopped away from her.
Yeah, what a great look that was. You'd like to see that just land nice and flat for her, but unfortunate bounce there.
Nurse makes a great play to hold the line, and then the redirection just trickles wide of the post. Great pressure right now from Team Knox on the power play. Fast, dumps it off to Nurse. She steps into a shot with lots of traffic in front. I'm not sure Boissonneau ever saw that one. Puck controlled by Channel. She dumps it off to Fast. She tries to feather it to the near post. It ends up around the boards and cleared out and down the length of the ice, where Amanda Makala plays it behind her goal.
Yeah, the coaches of Team Knox optimizing their Toronto Fury's heritage on this power play unit. Seeing the line combinations that you're used to of years in the past.
Gable tries to feed it cross crease for the tap into Smith, but the net has come off its pegs and will get a stoppage with 11:50 left in the period and 31 seconds remaining in the power play. So a big goal from Blair Turnbull has made it a 1-goal game. Team Knox would love to get that extra bit of insurance here in the last 30 seconds of the power play. As Greco moves the puck to the hash marks, Howard working, plays it down low behind the goal. Out of the near corner, they chip it back for Pozabon at the point, who quickly plays it back down low to Howard. She gets hammered off the puck. Nothing doing, and then it's lifted up and out of play. So I believe the faceoff will stay inside the Team Johnston zone.
Yeah, there's probably going to be a little bit of discussion here as to if it would be a penalty or not.
I was wondering that, yeah.
I believe we're going with the double IHF rules, but we'll see what the call is on the ice. And these officials coming from the OWHA, there she is. Yeah, Mickelson's headed to the box for the delay of game. The OWHA refs, stepping up for us here and showing their commitment to women's hockey. We're lucky to have them out here, and credit to them because when you are officiating minor hockey and PWHL and now PWHPA, you're juggling a lot of rule books. So good for them for making the right call on that one.
There were 12 seconds of 5-on-3 time to start when the puck was dropped, as Johnston now out of the box, so it's just a 5-on-4. Johnston trying to lift the stick at the blue line. Daou makes the pass ahead to Nurse. Nurse shielding it from the check of Turnbull and Bellamy, brings it into the corner. Spooner there as an option. Nice job by Turnbull to come away with the puck, and here's a potential short-handed break as Rebecca Johnson tries the toe drag, but defended well by Channel, and that's the end of that chance. Here goes Natalie Spooner across the blue line, driving wide, looking for an option, takes it behind the goal, centering out front, but Erica Crom there to get a piece of it. Daou had a shooting lane, now lets it fly. Boissonneau makes the save, and then the rebound swatted away, cleared to the line, but knocked down by Sarah Nurse. Bookmark that if Team Knox can take advantage, but of course the old broadcaster's jinx. Erica Crom sends it down the ice.
Yeah, Daou with a really great shot selection there, and obviously these players have some heavy shots from the points, but recognizing when you have traffic and just trying to get a good bounce is sometimes a better play.
Howard receives the pass from Prevost, now plays it back down to her in the corner. Back to the point, Renata Fast thought about the shot, makes the pass over. Greco stepping in, tried to let it go, but it's picked up by Smith. Off the half wall, she plays it back to the hash marks as Team Knox patient here on the power play, looking for a shooting lane. Fast receives the pass from Greco. Puck movement back to the point for Fast. Greco wants the one-timer, tees it up, but that's blocked brilliantly as getting in the way was Hannah Miller. Team Johnston able to muscle the puck out to center ice as the final 3 seconds of the power play ticking away. So nice job by Team Johnston to weather that storm, including 12 seconds of 5-on-3 shorthanded time.
Yeah, a little bit of a passive power play unit out there, I found. Just not quite generating the same opportunities that the first unit was, but granted, you're keeping the puck and you're looking for the right opportunity.
9:20 remaining in the third period of play as Team Knox leading 5-4 over Team Johnston. You're tuned into the Women's Hockey Showcase presented by Unifor. Shot from Sarah Nurse goes over top the net, held in at the point by Daou. Nice play by Catherine Daou as Spooner takes it behind the goal, tries the wraparound as Boissonneau diving to cover the near post and able to make the save.
Boissonneau doing her Dominic Hasek impression there. It's a little desperation, but she's covering the bottom half of the net, so take away that shot.
Rebecca Leslie muscling for the puck in the near corner, but it's cleared out to center ice by Spooner. Laquette, she feeds it back ahead for Leslie. Taken away from her. Laquette retains possession. Across center ice, Leslie backhands it in deep before peeling off for a change. That'll give Team Knox a chance to skate it out through the blue lines as putting pressure was Brittany Howard, but it's secured by Caitlin Willoughby. Willoughby passes it up the wing for Laquette. Checking for an option. She tries to draw it back in front, and that one-timer just went wide. Along the end boards, battling for possession. It's Platt who takes it for Team Knox. Uses the boards to get it up to Smith, but only as far as center ice before Curio takes it back. Curio bringing the puck in the zone against Howard. She's got Willoughby as an option. Plays it to her in the corner. Willoughby trying to shield it there from the check of Gable. And it's Renata Fast who comes in to pass it over to Greco. Gable across center ice, poked away by Bunton, and here's a potential turnover as Crom makes the pass back to Miller. Her shot gets kicked away by Makala as there wasn't a ton of momentum on the shot, but still a good job to direct it on goal. That one goes over top the net. Fedeschi trying to keep it in, but it races past her and down the ice.
Yeah, Lauren Gable getting a little fancy there through the center of the ice, but she's at center ice. It's a low-risk play. Perhaps she's used to being able to pull that off, where she's coming out of the NCAA last year, but these pro players are a little step above that. So, she's finding her own still, but have some fun with it. Not a risky play at center ice. Maybe don't do it in front of the net.
Under 7 minutes remaining here in the third period of play. Team Knox with a 5-4 lead over Team Johnston. Sarah Nurse on the face-off just outside the Team Johnston blue line. It's Rebecca Johnston who takes possession, making the pass ahead to Blair Turnbull. Turnbull chips it in deep. Nurse takes her into the end boards as Daou flips it around the wall, and Spooner does well to chip it through the neutral zone. Leslie, she's being chased by Gamble, makes the pass over to Laquette. Turnbull, Laquette getting some extra ice time here as with 6.5 minutes remaining in the period. Team Johnston maybe shortening up the bench just a little bit here to press for an equalizer. Bellamy brings it in, centered in front for Johnston, but she had her stick lifted just at the last moment. Spooner gets around the first check in Turnbull, goes up against Laquette, and no surprise, Bridget Laquette knocks her off the puck. That is one tough defender to go up against.
Yeah, Bridget Laquette known for her physicality, and she's not an incredibly tall player, but she knows how to push the players around in front of the net, so it's good to have her in front of you. I
was telling the story yesterday, as tough as she is, she's also one of the nicest people you could ever meet. Back in January, I was visiting Banff, Alberta, took the drive to Lake Louise. I was out there skating on Lake Louise, and who did I see? Bridget Laquette and Caitlin Willoughby just knocking the puck around, having some fun. So, of course, I had to go up and say hello and ask them for a picture and all that. And, they were more than happy to cooperate there. So as tough as she is to play against, if you ever see her off the ice, be sure to say hello. She's more than happy to meet a fan.
Yeah,
absolutely.
she's very kind, very soft-spoken individual, which is the complete opposite of how she plays on the ice.
Here goes Bunton into the zone for Team Johnston. Good job to spin away from the check with the puck behind the goal, trying to work her way out front. It's tied up against the end of the net. Makela tries to cover it up, nothing doing yet, as it's into the far corner. Nice job by Posabon to get it loose. As with under 5 minutes remaining in the third, Team Knox doing their best to defend this 1-goal lead. Willoughby chips it over. Off the boards through center ice. Miller gets it over to Bunton. Bunton, she's closed down by, check that was Platt, as it's played into the far corner. Both teams digging away for possession. Miller digs it loose. Bunton plays it back into the far corner for Miller, as Willoughby was taking a position around the hash marks, but Team Knox able to flip it out to center ice. Julia Fedeschi, she'll fire that one in from distance, and Makela directs the rebound into the corner as they scrum for possession just inside the blue line. Johnston able to keep it in, but it's Daou who's there defensively for Team Knox. 4 minutes remaining in the period as Lequette makes the quick touch pass up to Leslie. She gets around the first defender, tries to drive to the net, sweeping it towards the goal, but Makela there with the pad down had it covered. Ooh, turnover at the line. Lequette lets the shot go, redirected just wide of the net by Leslie. She then tries to stuff it home on the wraparound, but a defensive block laid as Bellamy plays it over to Lequette. Her shot through a sea of players and never made it on goal as someone got in the way of that. 3.5 minutes remaining in the third period of play. There's a turnover as Gamble unable to hold the puck. It's stripped away from her. Crom makes the pass. Curio into the zone. She drives wide against Renata Fast. Puck high up in the air, and it hits the meshing for a stoppage with 3:10 left in the period.
Curio showing some agility there. Nice quick feet getting through the defenders. Team Johnston definitely keeping the pressure on Team Knox right now, looking for that equalizer. We got 3:10 to go.
Bit early to think about taking the timeout if you're Team Johnston, but you would have to think that if they get another offensive zone draw in the next minute or so, that they may consider that. And potentially pulling the goalie as Boissonneau firmly in her crease for the time being. They win the face-off. Mickelson's shot from the point gets blocked as the puck played out through center ice. It's controlled by Gable. She gloves it down. Her shot right on. Boissonneau made the save and then for a second lost track of the rebound.
Yeah, great patience there by Boissonneau, just staying on her feet for that high shot.
Dostaller. She gets muscled off the puck by Fast. Good defensive play as she plays it ahead for Gable. Gable shot right on. Boissonneau with another big save as the rebound cleared to the near corner. Howard plays it towards the net and easily saved by the glove hand of Boissonneau.
Incredible defensive play from Hannah Miller there, getting back and clearing that puck. That's a pretty threatening rebound to be sitting there, and she was first on it.
Make sure you stay tuned post-game, because not only will we have our Tim Hortons 3 stars of the game, we're actually going to have a post-game interview today as Liz Knox will be down at ice level interviewing one of the players of today's game.
And that's the only time I'll be hitting the ice.
That's all right. You're doing a great job up here, and we can ill afford to lose you up here. So for this weekend, we'll give you the game off, let's say.
No, it's been a ton of fun, and lots of credit to you, Nico, for coming out here this weekend and showing your support as you have for the better half of the last decade. I feel like it's been a run for us, and really my honor to be up here with you and learn from your experience.
For me, it's always been an absolute pleasure to be out at the rink calling games and to be a part of women's hockey and to have my little part in playing, telling that story and making history with all of you. It's been really a very special ride for me. So thank you to all the previous organizations and, of course, to the PWHPA for having me here this weekend. As Team Knox trying to break out of their own zone, under 2 minutes remaining here in the third period. It's knocked down by Bellamy. Boissonneau started to inch out of her crease there. We'll keep an eye on her if they opt to pull the goalie for the extra skater. Puck around the far boards. Team Knox able to shoot it out to center ice where Willoughby comes up with it. Willoughby tries to make the pass to the near wing. It's picked up by Bunton. Her shot off a skate and into the far corner. Willoughby plays it down low. Miller tries to wrap it out front, but it's broken up by Sarah Nurse. Nurse looking for an option to clear. She lifts it high and down the ice as Spooner gives chase. Empty net here, and Spooner banks it off the side of the goal. So with 1:25 remaining in the period, Team Johnston have the extra skater on the ice. And here goes Rebecca Johnston with the puck up the far wing. Her shot right through the blue paint and just missed the far post. As they're digging away for possession, Turnbull plays it behind the goal. Back to the point, Laquette keeps it in. A big slap shot, a bouncing puck in it. Pinballs just wide of the post. That's Leslie with the puck for Team Johnston. It's knocked away from Laquette. Good pressure by Gable. As with 40 seconds left, check that, 50 seconds left in the period, Gable unable to muscle it towards the empty net, and there Laquette gets a little too aggressive, and she'll get called for the penalty behind the play.
Yeah, that's a little welcome to the pros kid, I think, from Laquette there. Is somebody that you don't want to mess with, and Gable getting a little tangled up. You know, tensions are high. We got 30 seconds to go, but unfortunate timing to take that penalty.
An interesting Gable's heading to the box here.
Got both of them. There you go. My mistake.
So offsetting minors, so no power play, and even though the faceoff will come within the Team Johnston zone, they will do their best to advance the puck up the ice and get the goaltender out of the net.
Yeah, and taking Gable off the ice with a penalty is not, you know, the worst case scenario for Team Johnston here with 30 seconds to go. She's definitely an offensive threat, so having her parked on the bench is not a bad thing.
We get a timeout called here by Team Johnston. I think they were lined up as 4-on-4 as well, so that little bit of extra ice could end up playing into the benefit of Team Johnston if they are able to get the goalie out.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of speed in the players that are out for this last 30 seconds from both sides. You know, a lot of familiar national team players, and that's really it. It's get the puck down there as fast as you can, and if your team knocks, just try to hold the zone.
Okay, Jerry D doesn't even have the clipboard. He is definitely testing out new material right now.
I was just talking to Shannon Zabados about it. He was down there mixing up lineups, and you know, people actually don't know this, but he is actually a coach back in his day and a former De La Salle teacher. So, you know, maybe he's channeling, we're all swapping roles here, you know. Maybe he's trying to break through the coaching scene.
Of course, I say that all very tongue-in-cheek. Obviously, Jerry D taking it very seriously today. Even when he came to the rink, he looked like a coach. He had the cup of coffee in his hand. He had the coach walk going on. I think he's embraced this role fully.
He looked really sharp today. Yeah, it's just all business. Blair Turnbull with the neck guard malfunction there. I feel like we're at the Super Bowl.
31 seconds left here in the third period of play. Sarah Nurse can't understand what the delay is.
Yeah, she wants to get going here.
You're tuned into the Women's Hockey Showcase presented by Unifor. Team Knox with a 5-4 lead, and they win the faceoff. That's a big play as they keep the puck pinned in the zone with 20 seconds remaining in the third. Pass ahead for Miller. She brings it across center ice. Boissonneau streaking to the bench for the extra skater. They try feed it out front. It was broken up by Channel. Mickelson from the right point feeds it to the near side. As Leslie plays it to the high slot, Johnston back to Mickelson, and the shot gets turned away by Makela. Great chance for Miller. They try feed it out front. Final few seconds ticking away as Mickelson tees up a big clapper. That gets blocked. Final 3 seconds on the clock. They wrap it in front and they score! Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
Oh my goodness.
Wow! I don't know if this is going to stand. The clock was done, but I mean, you can't call this back. Blair Turnbull gets the goal, her third of the game. It's a hat trick. And if this stands, it is a huge one, as that potentially ties the game.
Blair Turnbull showing up today, and wow, what a last second effort, just trying to get that puck to the net, and good things happen when you do. So there, Natalie Spooner is just over at the box talking to the official right now. No doubt trying to argue that the puck was out while the final horn went, but we're gonna have a little powwow with the officials and see what they come up with.
Now, my gut reaction was to look over at the score clock here, and it has 20 minutes up on the clock, so that would indicate it was over, but no signal from the referees on the ice quite yet. And both teams anxiously waiting at their benches to figure out what's happening.
You really just can't ask for better hockey, honestly.
Yeah.
And going into this weekend, you know, a lot of uncertainties, and this was coming together so quickly, and the product on the ice did not disappoint.
Well, it's a good goal. The referees have confirmed we're going to a 3-on-3 overtime. So with literally no time left on the clock, and from behind the goal line, Blair Turnbull banks it in off of Amanda Makela. And for the first time this weekend, we're going to overtime. What a great game.
You see Jerry D there. I mean, he's pretty proud of himself.
Just like he drew it up, right?
Just like we practice, girls. This is what dreams are made of.
Absolutely, and a great job by Turnbull. Her third of the game, her fourth of the weekend. But more importantly, it ties this game 5-5. We're heading into overtime, so we'll have a 5-minute 3-on-3 overtime period. And then if we're still tied, we'll go to a shootout, 3 shooters per team. And if we're still tied after that, then it's sudden death shootout.
Yeah, now is when I'm happy that I'm up here. I was nervous before, but now the pressure's on the players.
Tough to be a goaltender when you know that one shot could make the difference.
Yeah, we, one of my fondest memories of the CWHL was playing in Brampton against a very, very talented Calgary roster. And, on toe-to-toe on paper, we shouldn't have even been in the same barn, but we found ourselves down 4-1, and we had a goalie change, and we were crawling back. And at one point, I think we were down, 6-1 or 6-2, and somehow we clawed our way out of it, finished regulation 7-7. Overtime solved nothing, went into a shootout, and, we came up with the victory. But for those girls in that room, we were a grinding team, to say the least. And, definitely a fond memory to share with a lot of the athletes that we're seeing out here today.
Put yourself in Amanda Makela's skates for a moment here, because she's played so well today, and yet a tough goal like that where it's just a fluky bounce beats you. How do you regroup for this overtime period? You know what?
As a goaltender, you're just trying to give your team a chance to win, and she's absolutely done that today. And certainly coming off a very, very, extreme performance yesterday where she was facing a lot of shots and made a lot of big saves. That's just the way it goes sometimes, right? Sometimes you make saves that you shouldn't, and sometimes the goals go in that they shouldn't. So,
totally.
Yeah, it's probably a tough pill to swallow, but like I said, she's given them a chance to win, and the way I would look at it is now you have another opportunity to pull out some of those big saves and get a big W for the team.
And I'll say this much about Makela. She's definitely got the freshest set of gear here this weekend. Those are some sweet pads she's sporting.
She looks sharp. She looks sharp in her equipment and on the ice.
Absolutely.
There we are.
Nice job by our camera crew behind the scenes to get a great look at that new CCM setup for Amanda Makela. And, of course, really happy to have Bauer Hockey on board as the official equipment supplier of the PWHPA.
Yeah, Bauer came in with us, so quickly, and we're so keen to support. And actually, former teammate of mine, Dania Simmons,
was wondering
here
about that, yeah,
with Bauer yesterday, shooting their athletes, Hilary Knight and Marie-Philippe Poulin. So, the equipment's top of the line. It's, getting everyone in the same uniform and making it happen so quickly. We're so grateful to them.
And those beautiful uniforms provided by the official performance apparel and footwear partner of the PWHPA, Adidas Hockey. As you're tuned in to the Women's Hockey Showcase presented by Unifor, and we're getting you set for some bonus hockey here. We're heading into overtime for the first time this weekend. And they could not have cut it any more tight to the wire. I mean, there must have been like 0.1 second left on the clock when that puck went in.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm trying to keep track of the game clock on the ice, and obviously a little bit of delay in our feed, but yeah, it was right down to the wire. So it makes for exciting hockey. I'm happy to see that happen, and we're fortunate that there's no championship on the line here. There's no nobody's numbers on the game sheet are going to be affected or playtime. It's just putting a good product out there. And like you say, we get some bonus hockey now, so I'm here for it.
Well, we're going to have a 5-minute 3-on-3 overtime period. So for Team Johnston, they'll send out Hannah Miller, Casey Bellamy, and Rebecca Johnston to start the overtime. As Team Knox counter with Sarah Nurse, Natalie Spooner, and Renata Fast.
Again, you see these star-studded lineups. Lots of national team experience here. Casey Bellamy, of course, playing for the U.S. Rebecca Johnston, Natalie Spooner, Sarah Nurse, and Renata Fast on the Canadian side. But Hannah Bunton as well. I mean, she's made her mark in women's hockey and was a member of the development program, and continuing to train with those national girls out in Calgary has obviously enhanced her game as well.
Referees make sure the players know the rules and everything. And we're underway here in overtime as Team Johnston take the early possession with Rebecca Johnston dumping it off. Here goes Bellamy. She passes ahead. 3-on-3 for the next 5 minutes, barring any penalties, as Bunton brings it into the corner. Defended very closely by Renata Fast. Bit of a stiff arm to keep her off the puck. And here goes Sarah Nurse. A 2-on-1 building as Nurse drives to her backhand. Shot right on. Boissonneau makes the save. Oh, nearly missed covering it up, but a quick whistle puts a stoppage there.
Rebecca Johnston doing her best Liz Knox impression there. Pouncing on that loose puck, but early whistle, so you can see Boissonneau having a little laugh there.
That's good. Do you teach that at your hockey school?
Yeah. Like
the Knox drop down and
like
cover?
Like a tiger.
From the face-off, Brittany Howard can't scrum for possession. It's picked up by Megan Mickelson. Across center ice, she looks for an option. Miller out there as well with Turnbull. Turnbull had that tying goal in the last moment, and then with a collision along the boards, Howard taken down. I don't think a penalty there, just a stoppage in play.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about the 3-on-3 format is, all likelihood that these teams haven't really practiced it.
So there actually is a penalty coming on that play. Hannah Miller heading to the box, tripping the call as she takes down Brittany Howard.
There you go, drawing a good penalty. So, just over 4 minutes and left to go in this period. Let's see if we can capitalize.
So Team Knox with the power play. They've got Channel, Spooner, Nurse, and Dawu out there, as it's being defended by Turnbull, Mickelson, and Johnston. The trio able to shoot the puck down the ice here on the 4-on-3 power play.
I just got to give a quick little shout out to the PWHPA board members. I just received some texts about my debut. So, Kendall Coyne, if you're listening, I'm coming for you.
I've got some contacts over at NBC. We'll connect you there, all right? Oh, great chance for Daou, but it's sticked away by the blocker arm of Boissonneau for a game-saving stop.
What a save that was. In tight, quick reaction time.
That's such an intimidating play when it's just one-on-one. You've got the shooter at the hash marks. You know the game is on the line. What a big save by Boissonneau.
Yeah, and as a goaltender, I watch some of these plays and these saves, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not making that one. Team Knox just lost.
Well, Team Knox still alive here as they're tied 5-5. Daou makes the pass over to Channel. Back to Daou. Fakes the shot. There's a one-timer from Nurse, but that gets blocked. As a nice job by Gosling to get in the way of that one and then muscle it out across the blue line. Shot down the length of the ice. Fast gets to it first for Team Knox. Wheeling out from behind her own goal. Ooh, Fast catches a rut in the ice but does well to push the puck ahead before losing it on a turnover. Team Johnston tried to clear it out. They lift it high through the neutral zone as it's picked up and controlled by Fast. Looking for an option. She brings it into the offensive zone. She's got Howard and Prevost cutting to the net. Drops it back for Greco. Thought about the shot, plays it back. The one-timer from Fast didn't quite get everything on it, and the puck over to the far corner. Scrumming for possession as both teams trying to get The puck away, it's shot out to the line but held in. Nice job by Team Knox as the shot from the point gets knocked down. It was Turnbull getting in the way, and now it's controlled by Leslie. She'll chip it down the length of the ice with 2:25 to go in the period and just 5 seconds remaining in the power play. That's enough time for Natalie Spooner to bring the puck up the ice in a flash. This time it gets poked away from her as Bunton tries to chip it away from Channel. Rebecca Johnston makes the play to get around Spooner, tries to get it past Posabon, but all she does is play it down into the far corner. Teams exchanging possession. Spooner comes up with it, tries to feed it over to Nurse. Where is it? Sarah Nurse feeds it back out front, and that got broken up as it was poked away from Prevost at the last second. Nurse, rolling puck. She does well to play it back to Channel, who then tries to fire it up the ice for Spooner, but that was intercepted. Gosling holds the line. Willoughby looking for a shot. Tries to drag it for a shooting lane, but that was blocked. Willoughby still with the puck. Plays it back. 4-on-4 for the time being because the penalty now over. As scrumming for the puck along the near far boards is Rachel Smith. Smith trying to keep it pinned there for Team Knox. It comes loose, and it'll be controlled by Platt. Platt working the far wing. Check that. That's Brittany Howard working the far wing on the backhand. She tried to get it out front. It's broken up, and here goes Leslie for Team Johnston. Draw pass. There's the shot, and they were looking for the redirection in front, but Leslie unable to get her stick on the puck. Turnbull keeps it in, makes the pass to Rebecca Leslie. She's looking for an option. Miller going towards the net as we're inside the final minute of overtime.
So we're in a unique 4-on-4 here because of the penalty running out, so where the format is obviously 3-on-3, but with the penalty coming out. We got an extra man on the ice, so a little bit less time and space.
Clogging up the ice a little bit, not as open as we saw in the first minute or so of overtime as Channel gets it from Makela. She plays it over to the far corner as Fast under pressure did well to feed it back to Channel. Here goes Spooner. Spooner tries to chip it up the far wing, intended for Nurse. She gets the puck, fires it in deep, but Bellamy gets to it first for Team Johnston. 15 seconds left in overtime. Rebecca Johnston skating it out, chips it up the boards, intended for Miller. She's defended closely by Fast. Miller brings it into the near corner as the puck picked up by Sarah Nurse. Spooner can't clear the zone, and with the buzzer sounding, that'll do it for overtime. So we're heading to a shootout.
Yeah, you see a nice shot of Melissa Channel there. She's one of our unique players that's actually living in Michigan, but playing often with a GTA East or West team. You know, certainly some of the players finding their resources in their hometowns and keeping in game shape to come and perform, and she's done just that tonight.
Channel playing last season with the Toronto Furies, a former CWHL All-Star. As we get a look at Amanda Makela, who gets set to take the net for Team Knox as we're heading to the shootout. We'll have 3 shooters per team, and then if we're still tied, we'll just keep going sudden death. Now, I think we're both under the impression we're using double IHF rules, so we anticipate seeing the same shooter go again and again if it gets down to that.
Yeah, I believe that will be the ruling on it, but I'm sure that's part of their discussion down at ice level right now.
And of course, there's
Lori Dupuy in with her family, and little Grayson is having a hard time dealing with the pressure of this, and I don't blame him. I feel the same way, little man.
Not used to hearing a little bit of crying in the booth, so you'll have to excuse me. I was a little bit thrown off there. As we get the coin toss down at center ice to see who will shoot first. I don't even remember what my thought was now. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see these young families out here and, here to just support women's hockey and see it taken to the next level. I think yesterday it was, there was some Les Canadiens chants going on in the crowd, and I was like, hey, we're branding here. Come on. This is Team Poulin now, which is a little bit of a mouthful to chant, but you know what, the fans are loyal, and then blood runs deep, and so it's incredible to see how they've all come out to support.
You got to look at some of the fans here at Westwood Arena. It's another sellout here on a beautiful Sunday morning. Well, we're just about set for the first shooter in the shootout. It'll be Natalie Spooner up against Marlene Boissonneau. So Team Knox will shoot first as Spooner picks up the puck at center ice. Driving wide along the right wing, cuts in. Beautiful move. Oh, what a save by Boissonneau. So we've seen Spooner score like that many times, but this time Boissonneau makes the save.
Yeah, great patience. Spooner showing her quick hands there, but not a lot of puck movement laterally. So Boissonneau was able to hold her ground and just wait for the final move.
Here goes Rebecca Johnston on Amanda Makela. Johnston shoots and scores! Beautiful goal from Johnston to give her team the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, no mistake there. I mean, Johnston's got incredibly quick release, so she just looks for that right timing, that opening, and she just buried it.
Lauren Gable had a goal in the game. She's been great all game for Team Knox. She's the next shooter.
Some slick hands from Gable, so I'm excited to see this.
Gable turned away by Boissonneau. Good save there from the Team Johnston goalie.
Yeah, it looked like she was trying to catch her off guard a little bit, and I said it. I was expecting some big hands from Gable, so maybe she was just trying to catch her off guard and get that quick release, but Boissonneau stick on the ice, turned her aside.
Hannah Bunton shoots next. If she scores, this is over. Bunton breaks in, shoots, big glove save by Makela to keep her team alive.
Yeah, great job by Makela there, giving her a big target on the glove hand and keeping those gloves out in front of her, take away lots of net.
Sarah Nurse, the next shooter for Team Knox. She has to score. Nurse brings the puck in. Shoots, Boissonneau makes the save, and that does it. Team Johnston wins 6-5 in the shootout as Marlene Boissonneau celebrates with her teammates.
Yeah, she gets to be the hero today. 3 big saves in the shootout and kept her composure the whole game. So what an exciting game of hockey that we saw today. Opportunities back and forth. Really proud of the product that these girls put on the ice.
So we will stick with things at ice level as we get set for the Tim Hortons 3 stars of the game. We'll let Liz reposition down to ice level as she gets set for our post-game interview. And we'll have the next matchup coming at 12:30 as we look ahead to that one with Team Poulin, sponsored by Sports Events, taking on Team Jenner, sponsored by Graham Alarm Monitoring. The final score in this game, Team Johnston pick up their first win of the weekend, 6-5 in a shootout over Team Knox. A tremendous game here this morning from Westwood Arena, a sellout crowd, multiple media outlets in attendance here today, including TSN. And of course, we're so thrilled to be streaming live on the CBC Sports app. My name's Nico Cardarelli, as we're just getting set to join down at ice level Liz Knox and some of the post-game festivities, including our Tim Hortons 3 stars of the game and the Budweiser goal of the game. And there will be quite a few opportunities to pick a goal of the game here. There were a couple of spectacular goals in the game and then a couple of shootout beauties as well. So we wait to see. Natalie Spooner gets the Budweiser goal of the game as she had the beautiful goal. And there's Spooner with a big smile on her face doing a lap with the Budweiser goal light. So Spooner of Team Knox wins the Budweiser goal of the game, and her teammates in awe of that Budweiser goal light. And now your Tim Hortons 3 stars of the game. 3rd star from Team Knox. She was tremendous all game long and all weekend long. Lauren Gable, your 3rd star of the game. Take this opportunity to Actually, I don't believe these are the stars of the game here. This is another. Check that. It is stars of the game. Rebecca Johnston, your Tim Hortons second star of the game, as Gable gets third star honors. And we'll take this opportunity to acknowledge our fantastic sponsor partners, including Tim Hortons, Bauer Hockey, NHLPA, Budweiser Canada, Adidas Hockey, and Secret Deodorant, as you're tuned into the Women's Hockey Showcase presented by Unifor. First star of the game with a hat trick, the tying goal in the last second of regulation. Blair Turnbull, with 4 goals this weekend, is your first star of the game. A nice moment there for the photo op as Gable, Turnbull, and Johnston pose with a couple of young fans, and they are your Tim Hortons 3 stars of the game. Well, we're just waiting to join Liz Knox down at ice level any moment now, as she'll be joined by one of the players of the game here today. And we do have one more game on the docket here this morning, as I guess we're into the afternoon now. Not quite, in a few minutes we will be, but at 12:30 Eastern we'll have Team Poulin, sponsored by Sports Events, taking on Team Jenner, sponsored by Graham Alarm Monitoring. Both teams line up at center ice to salute the crowd. It's been another great morning here of women's hockey action, as it's been a sellout here at Westwood Arena. Liz Knox standing by at ice level. We're just waiting for a player to join her. It looks like we're going to have Blair Turnbull, the first star of today's game, scoring a hat trick for Team Johnston, stepping up to do a quick chat with Liz Knox. So a great game from both teams. Once again, the final score in this one, Team Johnston victorious 6-5 in a shootout over Team Knox. Let's throw it down to Liz Knox and Blair Turnbull at ice level.
So I'm down here ringside with Blair Turnbull. 3 goals on the game, 1 in like the dying seconds. Walk me through your game today.
It was competitive right off the hop. Early morning for us, but I think we came out ready to play, and a lot of goals on both ends, so it was good to see some offense. And at the end of the game, we needed a goal. Our team was working hard in the corners, and I just threw it on net, and it just happened to go in.
Good things happen.
That's right.
Talk to me a little bit about what the PWHPA means to you and why it's important.
It's not important for us, it's important for the kids. I think that's the goal of everyone who's a part of this association. It's not a selfish move by us to make sure that we have a good league to play in. It's a move so that future generations of girls who want to be professional hockey players have that opportunity. And we're hoping to raise a lot of awareness about our sport, get more people involved, and like I said, give kids the opportunity to have a career.
Awesome. Thanks, Blair. Great game today.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Blair. Congratulations on the big win today and the hat trick. And congratulations, Liz. Thank you for joining us up here in the booth and doing a great job down at ice level. All right, so we're going to get at least one more interview at ice level here as Rebecca Johnston gets set to join Liz Knox as well. Rebecca Johnston's second star of the game, and both of them are standing by at ice level, so let's join Knoxy and Johnston.
Liz Knox here with Rebecca Johnston. Johnny, tell me a little bit about, you've had the unique experience of playing with U.S. national team members, and now we're seeing this new collaborative kind of come about. Tell me what it's like to play with all these players.
Oh, it's so great to be able to play with so many talented players. A lot of players that I played against for the last 10 years on the U.S. team and rivals, and now teammates, and I think it's really interesting because you get to know them as people, and you have so much respect for them and their hard work that they put in. I mean, it's the same as us, and how much work we put in, they do the same, so we both have respect for each other.
Yeah, and on that note, the PWHPA is really getting all these players under the same umbrella. Talk to me a little bit about your dream for the PWHPA.
I mean, what we're doing here is so special, and it's amazing to be part, of this group. And our ultimate goal is to get a sustainable league, and I think this year is definitely a right step in the right direction for us. We're taking the right strides for that, and it's just amazing to see all of us come together. We're just so powerful as one.
Well, we appreciate your support, and obviously you're at standing play on the ice. Keep it up, and I can't wait to see you at the next showcase.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies. Great job, Rebecca Johnston and Liz Knox, who's been fantastic as our fill-in color commentator today. Thank you both, and let's wrap things up because we got one more game to go here. The final score in this game, Team Johnston 6-5 over Team Knox. We've got Team Jenner taking on Team Poulen up next as you're watching the Women's Hockey Showcase presented by Unifor.